What is up, boys and girls? Mostly boys, but partially girls, ladies and lads. So, on today's video, I am going to be starting to fab up the pre-runner style front bumper that I'll be building for the Taco. So, it's going to be an interesting one because I'm going to be using some of the stock parts to make up my mounts, and then I'm going to be using 1.5-inch pipe, steel pipe, to make the bumper. It'll be kind of a tube style with a kind of bumper that sits here, something like this of sorts, roughly, but a little more better looking. So yeah, that's the plan. Might need to take these and make new ones, so I made templates of these because these are the mounts points here, and I'm using these ends to make mount points to connect onto that bolt on here and here, which is all factory locations. So this bumper will still be able to be unbolted and bolted like a regular front bumper. So yeah, that's basically it. That was a freaking mouthful. Jesus Christ, I need to drink some water now. But let me show you what I got going on here. So this plate did sit once upon a time here like this, okay? So the plan is, you see I have all these lines marked. Ignore that one. These two are the ones that matter. I'm going to cut here, cut all this off, toss this. Then I'm going to bend this all and fold this down flat to make it like a tab on the front face of this section. So this bolts on, and then I have a face plate there where the pipe is going to connect onto here. I'm going to weld it to this plate, kind of this face right here is the goal, so that it bolts on there. And then I have a plate right here that I mount the pipe to, and I'm going to run a angle that's something like that, roughly, give or take, somewhere around there is kind of the angle I'm going to have on this front bumper and skid plate setup. And yeah, so that's basically the plan. It's going to be hard because I don't have a vise. I'm lacking a lot of tools, but I got a good welder and I got a good angle grinder, so nothing can stop me because I have willpower. So yeah, I'm going to do a similar marking of like this, but on this one too. Then I'm going to chop these two up and hopefully bend them down, and then I'll probably have to weld them up. And yeah, then we can hopefully find the bolts and bolt those on, make sure those sit right how they're supposed to. And then once I have that done, then I can figure out the length I need to cut that pipe at to make it run up to here. I'm going to probably cut the two vertical beams first. I'm going to have them stop somewhere around like here, and then set that top pipe on top like across here, right up flush with this. That is my goal. So yeah, as you can see, we got some stuff to do. So let's get cracking. Yo. Alright, boys. So I've got one of these puppies kind of mocked up. Don't mind that. So basically, a little more snapped off than I wanted to. So I got to stick this old plate back in that broke off. When I was bending them all, I was bending them a little violently with a hammer instead of like, with a torch and a pair of channel locks or something smart like that. So I'm going to have to weld this up real nice. So I'm going to basically just glob the fuck out of it with beads and then grind it down and make it look beautiful. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now is lay this out, get this all welded up nice. And once that's done, then I'll actually bolt it on the truck, make sure things go on how I want them to, and we will be good to go. And then we'll move on to the next one. Well, guys, here she is. Ain't the prettiest, okay, but it'll hold. Like I said, I globbed it on there to hold it solid. So pretty much, it's still hot, so gonna try my best to show you. But it's gonna mount up like that, right? Then my pipe's gonna hit this front face right here with the nasty welds. But I'm gonna hit a grinder with that and all that and make it nice and clean so that it, fits on nice. But it'll be something like that. But then that'll be under the truck. So yeah, that's what we got. So I think my next step's gonna be to take the grinder, grind this down and make this look pretty. So we'll get going on that now. All right, boys. So there's the finished product. Well, no, it's not finished, but alright. I fucking globbed a shit ton of weld on there, and I grinded it, and it looks good enough for now. So now I'm gonna take my pipe, I'm gonna stick it on there, up to here. So we're gonna fit that up right now, figure out where I have to cut it, and then I'll tack weld it to the plate to get it to stay up here to start building. So, boys, here are our pieces. Here's how I cut it. I just took a grinder with a big wheel, not very safe, and just zipped it. But essentially, it's gonna sit something like that. You dig? That's gonna be the setup for these two. One here, one there. And then we'll build supports off there and there. So next step is gonna be to get these positioned how I want them after I fix that little crack. And then we're gonna tack these up on this. All right, boys. Don't mind the janky rope setup I rigged up here to hold my pipes straight, but this is what we got going on so far. Welds aren't the prettiest, but I just kind of tacked them and globbed them at the same time, a little bit of both, you know, 50-50. So I'm going to take this rope off now, since this is solid, obviously-ish enough, tacked up. And then we're going to set that on top of these two across, get that tacked up, and then I'll finish weld everything, or at least start on it. But I don't know. That might end this video today, because I'm tired, and this one's probably getting long, so we'll see. Yo guys, hello boys. Alright, I was gonna leave you hanging an injury right there, but I won't. Basically, to make a long story short, I ran out of welding wire. Wire. Ran out of wire in my welder. So, basically, that's gonna end this video. I'm not going to get more tonight. It's wraps. I probably won't get more until next weekend, and next weekend then I'll finish tacking up that and beat it. Hopefully I can get the pipe I need to and the steel I need to make the skid plate and all that. So for now, that is going to be the end of this video, but I will catch you boys and girls and old folks in the next one. Subscribe if you're not. Come on now, help your boy out. I'm trying to hit 2K. I'll do something special at 2K. Help me out, alright? But I'll catch you in the next one.